They shouldn't have given you ashy blokes YouTube.
Cursed be the ground for our sake. Both thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are. And to the dust we shall return.
You can't win, you can't break even, and you can't get out of the game. People keep saying things are gonna change, but they look just like they stay the same. You get in way over your head, and you only got yourself to blame. You can't win, child, can't break even, can't get out of the game. Yeah. I'm done. I'm done with life, and it's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault. I'm done.
What's up, boss? You believe that? You hold on. Oh no. Do you believe that? Huh? Oh no. Ah! Oh no. Come on. Do you believe?
All right, you dusty ninjas. And you ashy Jeffries. What's going on, man? In here punching the clock, man. This should be fun, though. Actually did a standalone video on this last night. Hilarious. And, you know, Princella the Pimp, as I call her. So we're going to have a little fun today. So let's get started. Hey, Instant Media, #1. Okay. Beaming in on 7, first off. Okay. Adric, batting second. Free agent Triple OG, batting third. I said Princella found out I own why I heard too. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is going to be hilarious, man. It really is. Henderson, what's going on? Rame Lab, what's going on? Roddy, the Dusty Cloud Engineer. Did you see the Princella photos with her F-up hairline? If you put both of your hands on top of each other, her forehead, where your second is with your hair. That's where the brains go. There's my toy with my apple. Okay. I wonder where Eve's apple really was. I'll leave it for your imagination. Okay. Prince, what's going on? Eric Deadman, what's happening? As black women can't keep blaming black men when even the studs are weary of black women. You can't. Shannon Moore, what's happening? Eddie, what's going on, man? It's still cold in the metropolis. Barry Little, what's happening? Independent POV, what's happening? Quentin, Royal Priest, Ken Seeing Red, what's up? In Chi-Town. AL, what's happening, boss? Barry Little with the $10 said, welcome to Karma Cafe, Princella. There are no menus. You get served what you deserve. May you and the sisterhood live in interesting times. Facts. Sinistar, what's going on? Most women are not looking for love. They're looking for... Yes, they are. Okay. ConcuServes. Sex and resources. That's a woman's mantra. Mr. Donnie Mack, what's going on? Hurricane Greg, what's going on? Rocky, what's happening? Yeah, 5 minutes late. Yeah, more than that, actually. Applebite, what's going on? Forever blessed. Hey, Rocky, I'm on Mr. Z time. Snowman, what up, man? He has the headset on for the play-by-play. I heard that. John Man, what's going on? Hey, Snowman. Basically, I'm looking at look at Bronny James, man. He looks decent in the G League. That's where he should have been in the first place. Dane Rose, what's going on? Michael, Turtle Bitcoin, what's happening? Detro, what's happening? Red Planet, proud to be a simp. Sweet vindication. Indigo Flow, what's happening? Johnny Anderson, yeah, the video last night was truly kicking. It was funny, man. I had to do it. I had to do it. Micah L, what's going on? Ray, Anton stream Monday light was for the chameleons. If you don't pay her way through life, you're a Dusty. That's true. Willie R, what's going on? Greetings, Storage Day. Dusty Templars once again bringing the Millionaire to the Gynocracy. Yes, sir. Indigo Flow. Kelvin, what's happening? Princella with the Dusty treatment. Babu, she hate me. What's going on? The Kobe 42 Invictus. Kangaroo, what's happening? Educated Time. Afro National, what's happening? Buliri, what's happening, man? And we have some Project in the Hood here. I just laugh and remember how the same environment predicts the same behavior, urbanization. Yep, yep. Hood girls are fine, man. But I think for a starter dude in African American, if you're gonna start in the village, man. Don't start with the sophisticated chicks and all that bullshit. Get you a village girl. Marshawn, what's going on? Kelvin, what's going on? Okay, Travis and Shador, yep. Big Mo, what's happening? Captain Obvious, what's going on? Brooklyn's Finest. Olatito, what's happening? Reverend Kevin. Silver Desperado, what's happening? Alan Lavelle for the Dust Mites. Yeah, I played your new joint, man, that you put up on your channel. I'm trying to make an intro out of it now. They said it was fire. Said Buliri, what's happening? And Priscilla was shocked. She got treated like a ninja. Yes, she was. Prodigy, what's happening? Basim, what's going on? Dusty PhD. Eddie says, very chilly, a little snow. Okay. Yango. Gotta have snow for Christmas, though, man. Yango, what's happening? Victor. Proud to be a simp. AHG, what's going on? Brian Main, what's going on? Jay Cleveland. Sura, what's going on? Dusty Jones, LAXT. The Kid Reese. Xander with a Z. Let's see. Hubert, what's going on? Sarah. Brian Soof, what's going on? Hubert Rames said Dusty Bowl Tax. Lamont Sanders, what's going on? Lee Bong. Let's see. Man, basically, man, they tried to shove her down our throats, and American people wasn't going for it. Wolf, what's happening? Stay out of trouble, Wolf. Lee Bong, what's happening? Jay Powell, and it says, Village Girls got tender too. Yeah, the thing is, they don't have the environment. They're not as up on game as say the city girls. The city girls are feminists for the most part. They turned into feminists, and the ghetto girls think they slick. So that's funny, man. The ghetto girls come out and think that they're slick, and they think they can fool American men, but they don't realize, man. Everything they try to run, we've already seen many times over. Ghetto girls get gamed a lot, from the village girls. They don't understand you enough, so basically it doesn't work on them. But ghetto girls can get gamed left and right because they're not used to it. Okay, you come in. The thing is, what I'm seeing with dudes, man, you're trying to take gangster swag to Africa and it doesn't work. Okay, it don't work on the women because they don't understand it. They're not there yet. So instead of the locks, instead of the tats, instead of the gangster swag, you got to go back to like the 70s and 80s. Okay, more of that. You play some simp music for them. You tell them that bullshit, and because what I'm noticing, African women are not used to being romanced. Okay, and Black American men know how to romance a chick. So instead of coming in hard and shit like that, like you have to do for American black women now, because American black women are gangsters for the most part. You got to come in and romance an African. You romance an African woman, she eat it up all day. She eat it up all day. You come in with that black 80s and maybe even some of that 90s synth music and that romance shit, man. Man, they coming on themselves before you even touch them. We do a video African version of women. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm noticing, man. I said, I'm talking to these African chicks online, man, and simple as, what we call simping, right? Simple as simp shit, man. How you romance, you kind of love bomber a little bit, man. They fall over there, man. They like hungry kids, man. They just gobble it up. They just gobble it up because they're not used to it. Because they don't get that from their men. They don't get that shit from their men. See, they're not used to ConcuSurfs, man. Okay, they have what they call, Chinese. They like the Chinese real patriarchy, right? Okay, they're not used to that. Yeah, yeah, basically they do, man. So you come up with you go. I'm noticing, man. You go back and play some of that late '70s music, love music, and some of that that '80s love music, and you spin it on them, man. You tell them some sweet nothings, man. They fall over themselves. They do. So I was messing with a Nigerian chick, a Ghanaian chick, talking to them from Rwanda, and another from Kenya. Like African girls are like me most of my life without me putting up any. Yeah, if you talk, the thing is, a lot of dudes think, okay, because a lot of American black chicks like this gangster shit, man. Like, okay, got to be hard. You got to talk shit. Got to, got to be, got to be ultra, shit instead of um. And because they used to that kind of stuff, man. They used to being treated mean and all that kind of crap, man. So, um, but the thing is, if you come in with that suave shit, man, because they're not used to it, man, because they've never seen it before, and man, they suck that shit up, and like it's like a thirsty woman in a desert. Stay away from '90s R&B. No, 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 no. I mean, R&B, if early '90s. Black men do know how to finesse, man. I heard your goat. Holy shit, I heard your goats. Let me get started, man, before we go too far down a rabbit hole. Let me get started. Let's see. I actually wanted to show you the video. I actually want to show you the short. Trying to find it. Of when I first, they got the whole thing started. Let me see if I can find a short. The first short that somebody sent me. If I can't, we'll just go ahead and play it. But there was a short that they did first, man, that cracked me up. I said, let me go ahead and do this because I couldn't believe this was coming out of Princella's mouth. I could not believe it. Might not be able to find it. Because when I first saw it, first sent it to me, I said, that can't be Princella's talking that shit. And sure enough, it was. But anyway, let's go ahead and get it started. Let's go ahead and start the replay because you can actually go to my standalone. Okay, now this is from Real Life Productions. Now we can't play the whole thing because we ain't gonna have enough time because it's like an hour and almost 2 hours. Okay, so if you want to see the rest, which I'm sure it is fascinating, okay, please go over there and see the rest of it and also give the man a like. Okay, we use their content, get a man a like. So this is Real Life Productions, okay? It's Real Life Productions. And I think he's got 1.32 million subscribers. Okay, so evidently he doesn't need the subs, but go ahead and give him a like if we use their content. Okay, so we're gonna get this party show. We can get this comedy show going. Okay, Princella, the queen maker, changes her mind about women, holding them accountable. Here we go.
Issues and that they needed to be helped, but I realized how deep the problem really is. I realized, like, let's say this is where women need to go, and this is the absolute bottom that a woman can be at. I thought that women might have been right here. I thought they might have been right here, and they just needed some help to get here. But after that, I realized that women down here,
Yep.
instead of me thinking they were here, needed to go here, I see that they're here instead.
You thought they was halfway, and they not. Okay.
That they're worse than what I had originally thought.
Real life.
No, that's real. That's real. Now, when you first started the YouTube game, right, and you started making your mark, and now, you fast forward and you're one of those people that sought after, looked after as far as being an orator, speaking, giving advice. How has your life changed since the first time you've been on YouTube till now?
Oh, it's drastically changed. I used to.
It sounds loud in my headphones. I don't know why it's low. I don't know why it's low. Can you hear it? Is it better? Okay. I think that's the way the video was.
Drive trucks, and prior to doing the internet thing, it was like I was driving trucks for 6 years, and I was like, it's about time for me to stop doing this because I got so many other skills and talents that I'm really not tapping into. And to make a long story short, I was making about $1,100 a week driving trucks, and I bought a car the last day of the month, December 2022. 2023, 3 days after that, I ended up getting fired from that job.
You got fired from truck driving?
Yeah, they said laid off, but to me, it's fired because they come to me talking about, we ain't really got no work, so we're going to have to let you go. Rates and changed and all that. And so to me, it's the same thing.
Now, you do come back. I see you with the blingery going. So the YouTube streets must be treating you well. Talk about the transformation. You know what I'm saying? We do see you glowing up. We see the glow up.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, life is about transforming. So the more you learn, the more you grow. That makes sense.
That's good, because I was actually going to ask you, right? If anybody's followed you, right, you have some quote unquote controversial, if you will, thoughts about men versus women or men and women. Mm-hmm. Have any of those thoughts or the things that you preach, has any of those changed or evolved, right? I remember watching a Malcolm X movie, and he said that, at first he was so centered on only black people till he traveled the world and seen that other white people believe in Islam just like they do.
I'm surprised she ain't got pimp curls in.
And so he evolved, and that's kind of what changed him. Now that you speaking to many women, many men about these scenarios that you preach, has your stance changed, or is it still the same?
It's still the same, but it has evolved because when I began doing this, I've always saw it in phases, and I've always saw it as an evolutionary path. And in my mind, I've always known that women needed a lot of help, that women needed a lot of development. But in order to start that process, women needed to know about men, because ultimately women don't know.
No, that's real. That's real. Now, that's real. Now, when you first started
I'm trying to pause it, and it's clicking. But no, she's not a clown. She's a pimp, okay? You can hear it in her voice. Here, look at her mannerism. Look at her clothes. Look at her jewelry. Look at the way she uses her hands, okay? In fact, I'm going to try to get Pimp Guy to evaluate her, because I want him to break down her style, because this is pimping, okay? This is pimping. And I don't know what type of pimp she is, but I'm going to have Pimp Guy to evaluate her, because I recognize a pimp. I just don't know what kind of pimp she is.
Govern their emotions. They're allowed to allow any emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, no matter what. They're allowed to express it however they want to express it. I've also come to the conclusion that, well, let me back up, because everybody knows that I date women.
Right.
And when it comes to me speaking about relationship dynamics, a lot of the rebuttals always say, well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence. They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman.
Yep.
They're not including the other side of the equation where women are putting their hands on men.
Charles said the same thing. Charles said 80% of the domestic disputes are started by women putting their hands on men. Dr. Curry just said black domestic violence is bidirectional. It's bidirectional, okay? Dr. T has been saying for the last 5 years that the rates are 50-50. So what she's saying is 100% correct.
And men are not calling the cops.
True, yeah.
Women are very violent. A woman will put her hands on a man. She will.
A madman and a pimp are two different things, sir.
Hit him, spit in his face, call him all kinds of names, and everything is totally fine. Women are allowed to do this. And nobody should say anything about it. Now, these women they will be in these relationships and they will hit a man and they will take that same behavior and they'll take it to a lesbian relationship.
Yep.
See, it's the same person, same behavior. Right? But it's looked at as different because the man is stronger and he's expected to hold himself. But a lot of times in a lot of these relationships, women are extremely narcissistic and violent. And this is what I have discovered as I can.
They're Klingons. I told you black women are Klingons, right? She's saying the same shit we've been saying, all right? She wasn't saying that shit 2 years ago. Saying the same shit we're saying because she started dating them. Okay? You're seeing the same shit that men see.
Continue to work with women. And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves.
Oh!
They actually want men to be their personal slaves.
Oh!
But you did preach that men were slaves in our first interview.
Yes, they are. They are slaves. But who are they slaves to? They're slaves to corporations, right? They're slaves to the military. They're slaves in everything that they do. Their whole purpose was for them to work for somebody. And that's what you see. The man then is a slave to his sex drive. And by a man being a slave to his sex drive, he turns around and becomes...
Neo, you're a slave. Yep. That's why I think the third video I did was called MGTOW Zone, right? Okay, basically, men for the first 30 years, between 12 and 30 are slaves to their sex drive, right? After 30, it starts to wear off, or testosterone starts to decline a little bit. That's when men start getting sense. And that's when women start to get left over. It says slavery is back. It never went away, sir. It never went away.
A slave to a woman who expects him to be a slave to his sex drive and her. So she uses that as a manipulation tool to try to get that man to do whatever she wants him to do. Well, here's the problem. Women don't live in reality. A lot of women are very, very, very delusional. And so they have these ideas about men in their head, what they want these men to be. It's like they got a movie and they have a cast. And there's a role for this knight in shining armor that's going to sweep her off her feet and worship her and only her for eternity. His eyes see nobody else but her. His phallus sees nobody else but her. And so she wants that man. She finds a man that she likes. She creates this picture. She's driven by sex, and she wants to trap that man to worship her for eternity. And if he does not play to every single thing that she has in her mind, she wants to blow up the world. She wants to set off a detonator to destroy everything around her.
In other words, if she can't rule, she'd rather rule over ashes than give up her position. A black woman would rather sit in ashes. Remember I showed you a picture about Queen of the Ashes? Okay? They'd rather sit in ashes rather than give up their position. That's the gynocracy.
If things don't go exactly her way. And so what I come to realize is that a lot of men are struggling, trying to placate to the delusions of women. Not only are they struggling...
We call them simps, man.
Trying to placate to the delusions of women, they are still struggling trying to control just their own biological urges and their neurological messages that are going. There's a lot of things that are going on with men, right? And because women ultimately don't care. Women don't care. Women say they like men, Women say they want men, but I've come to
Now not all black women are like that. Bullshit.
discover that women don't like men.
Yep. Nope.
And the only reason that they're dealing with men is because they have this addiction to sex
And power. Yep. Say it again, black girl. Say it again, black girl. Say it again, black stud. Say it again. Spoken like a pimp. Addiction to sex and power. Yes, sir. That's why black men are what concu serfs, right? Concubine, which is sex, and serfs, which is you serving the master with resources, right? Sex and power. Say it again, black girl.
And they feel like they can get a man to do what they want them to do and placate to the ego. That's the only reason why they're dealing with him. But if a man starts talking, if he starts expressing himself, women will write it off as mansplaining.
Yep.
They'll write it off as
misogyny. Yes,
no
misogyny.
So there's a lot of frustration that's going on with men.
I remember that commercial with the I think it was the wasabi. Misogyny.
Because a male is a male. Everything that I said about males has not changed. That is still the same.
It hasn't changed, right? But
Right.
I do feel like men will definitely receive this version way better because now it's like you're actually saying a lot of the things that men have been saying, like the accountability piece, the like
the ism. She is preaching the ism, man. She preached the ism. Okay, she is preaching the ism. You're 100% correct. Everything she's saying about women is correct. That is ism, man. That's the truth.
I feel like because men don't want to get killed, they don't even speak on it. Like it's almost like an unwritten rule. A man will walk in, he'd be like, man. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they won't speak on it because they get killed online. They get called sassy. They get called whatever. And so you have now stepped into this role, and we're sitting back like, go ahead. We rooting you on now because now you have taken on the role to, like you're saying, kind of like the Kevin Samuels was quote unquote trying to get them to see what we see, but we just can't express because we get killed for it.
Well, and it's not only that y'all get killed for it, it's really because males have communication barriers. Your brains are not wired the same. You don't have the same capabilities as women. So
we speak different languages. That's all it is. Okay, so we can't speak in femalese.
Those communication abilities are not nearly as strong as women. So y'all don't even really know how to convey to a woman to a way that she will really understand what you're going through.
Exactly. You can't do it's women's planning. Women's planning is difficult for most men.
She can't see it, and y'all don't know how to explain it. The thing with me is I can see both sides. See, I'm not on men's side and I'm not on women's side. I'm on the truth side. And I can see men and I can see women. And because women have the womb and women are the mothers and they are the first teacher of the child, the fact of the matter is that the majority of the weight does lie on women. Women just don't realize it because women think that they're the same as men. Now, men know because you all don't have the power that women have. And so it comes to a place where people are blinded by their privilege. Privileged people don't know that they have privileges. So the people who don't have the power that other people have, they can feel the effects. They know the differences. So women are completely blinded by the privileges they have. They're completely blinded by the power they have. And the issue comes down to women truly believe, males and females actually think alike, but in different ways. So I'll give it to you like this. So
I've been saying that for years. Okay. Been saying that for years.
I majored in cell and molecular biology, and one of my classes was physics. And we went over Newton's laws of motion. And we all know that the third law of motion is for every reaction, there's an opposite equal reaction, right?
Right.
So the way my physics teacher broke it down, he actually made it a little bit more detailed. And he said, if body A imposes a force on body B imposes a force on body A that is equal in magnitude, but opposite in direction. So in other words, when two things clash, hit head on, the force is equal, it's the same. But and it moves backwards in the opposite direction at the same magnitude. So if it travels 10 feet to the left, it's also going to travel 10 feet to the right. So what's happening with men and women are just like these vehicles. They're clashing. They're doing the exact same things to each other, and they don't realize it. Both the male and female, they approach relationships with a slave and slave owner mentality. So women actually believe that men were created to serve them.
Black women do. Black women believe that men were actually created to serve them. Okay. White women do not believe the same thing. Okay. Black American women are created and actually believe that men are there to serve them. They do. Okay. It's not all women. In fact, most women don't. Okay. Black American women believe that you are there to actually serve her and do what she says. Okay.
Women believe that men were put on this planet to serve and worship them and work for them. Women believe that a man is to go to work and work his fingers to the bone until he dies so that she can have a soft life and just ride easy.
Yes, sir.
Women really believe that.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
But not only do they believe it, the men work towards that though.
And that's where men are frustrated at. And the reason why they're frustrated is because men are ruled by their sex drive. A lot of women don't understand that sex is a real need for men, to the point where women think that men just want sex all the time. They don't understand that a lot of times it's more of a need as opposed to a want. So men find themselves unconsciously chasing women, and they feel like they're being punished for chasing these women, and they're being taxed for their biology.
They are being taxed for your biology. The Chinese men are sick of it. Okay, you can hear the Chinese men. In fact, I'm probably going to do that one today. Or a Chinese guy, somebody sent it to me. Where Chinese guy said marriage is not worth it. Right? It's better to be single, which is the same thing that the young men are saying here in the United States. It's not different. Okay, it's not different. You have to convince men to actually get married. Okay, you have to give them something. I own you, ninja. Exactly. This is why we exist, but we do not. This is why we exist, but we do that according to them. I don't know what that means, Ed.
And feel like they are being taxed for their biology. So women realize this. So this is where the men who might have access to women, this is where they start calling these men simps, because they are led by their biology, and they start to placate to the delusions of the woman and her power-hungry self.
Facts. That's facts.
And so when a man falls for that, other men don't respect that, because it's like you not being a man and having self-control, you letting this woman manipulate your biology for that. See, this is where the conflict come in.
Right.
Right? So this, all I do is this is my thing. I really sit down here and analyze and understand what's going on. Women don't understand the male world at all. So for me, I'm just a conduit. I can communicate.
The president of Mexico exemplified how women thirst for power and delusional. She stood to Trump when we know Mexico doesn't have the same power. Not as the United States, but the thing is, that is not the same thing, okay? What she's doing, number one, she's a socialist, okay? So she has far more in common with China than she does with us. And she has far more in common with the BRICS than she does with us. So basically, what's happening in Mexico as we speak has been happening for the last, I would say, 20 years. Slowly but surely, Mexico is being drawn into China's orbit. So that's like she doesn't have the same respect for Trump or the United States as the past presidents. There's a whole thing that's going on with that. It's not just because she's a woman, but that's a different story. I wouldn't even use that one. Agent Machine says, I have to wonder who told black men are there to serve them. White women told them that. Okay. The divorce rates and dating stats prove otherwise. Being taxed for our biology runs deep. Thanks to her being so honest. Thanks to you as well, BGS. Basically, the divorce rates and dating stats are bad is because guess who her baby daddy is? It ain't you. Okay. Uncle Sam is her baby daddy. That's like when Uncle Sam starts to go broke, she gonna try as accountable commentary says to reach back. Okay, y'all got to get ready for the reach back because reach back is coming. Reach back is coming. As Uncle Sam starts to pull all this stuff away, because guess what? The white women are gonna throw them overboard, right? When it comes to DEI hires and stuff like that. Becky said, Keisha, you got to go before I go. Okay. If we can afford to keep you, Keisha, we will. If we can't, guess what? We're going to throw you overboard. You see a lot of chicks in their cars right now.
The male issues to women who actually want to be better people.
Can we talk about, let's say, the top 3 male issues?
As like my granddaddy used to say, the worm has turned. Yeah, it ain't no fun when a rabbit gets the gun.
That you have to usually communicate to women.
Lord have mercy. The number one thing is the stress that men have to deal with in the world that is not the same as women, okay? Because women really have it in their mind that men are not being trained.
Yes.
They're just not being taught how to communicate. They're not being taught how to feel. Women really think that this is an educational difference between men and women.
That's what Becky and white women have told them.
As opposed to a neurological and biological difference. They don't understand that.
No, they don't.
So they don't understand that the male has a threshold of what he can handle and what he cannot handle. So women don't understand that they're placing an enormous amount of pressure and weight on men that exceed the capabilities of males by nature, which is part of the reason why so many males fail, because by nature, males are not social creatures.
Yes, we are. They are social creatures. It's just different. Okay. The thing is that okay. We'll explain it in a second. Let me read this by Marvin Sewell. Thank you for the work you do and the knowledge and information you provide. This is not an easy task. No, it's not. Basically, what she's saying right there is not true. Okay. Men are very social. The thing is, the society that we have don't want men to be social in that way. Okay, because men will actually form associations and packs and stuff like that. Okay, the positive way is associations. The negative way is gangs. Okay, men will form gangs in a heartbeat. Little boys will run together in a heartbeat. The thing is, if you allow them to do that, they can actually have enough power to actually cause disruptions. And women in the society do not want that, so they poo-poo that. So they try to break up the associations between men and boys. Okay, they do. Okay, women will try to break you up from having too many male friends. Your mother will do that. Your girlfriends will do that. Okay, your wife will do that. She don't want you to have too many male friends. She wants to be able to pick your friends. So the thing is, your natural, because look at online, right? When outside the presence of women, men get together all the time. Look at the gaming communities, right? The gaming communities, the men's networks online. Men are very social, just not in a social way that women think that we're supposed to be, because they don't understand it. So that's not true. Men are very social. All human beings are social, just in a different way.
The male's nature is designed in the wild to spend all his time and energy trying to build himself up to be a competitor against other men.
No, that's not true. Men cooperate way more than they compete.
To conquer them, to win the reward of being able to pass his genes along.
That's bullshit.
And as a result of that, the male is not wired to be a caretaker. He is not wired to be quote unquote social and family oriented. He's not wired to be monogamous. So you now take this person out of a individual where he has to be really solo. You take him out of a solo.
Men were never solo. That doesn't exist in human nature. People are not solo. Okay, men don't go off into the woods by themselves. Okay, and wait for a woman. No, men are not solo. Men form friends and packs and friendships just like everybody else. It's just not the way women do it. That's all. Sounds like someone met the wielding rabbit. A gat wielding rabbit. How fun was it? Laugh out loud. This doesn't undo what she said about us. It's called karma. Yep. Okay. That's true. That's true. Even then, she's trying to modify it.
One man, every man for himself environment, and put him in a social system, and now tell him to do everything that goes against how he's wired. From thoughts, behaviors, sex, everything. It all goes against the male's nature. And then the women, because women hate self, I figured out women hate themselves and they hate other women. So because of that, because women do not have camaraderie amongst themselves, they have no loyalty amongst themselves, and they have no support amongst themselves, they have abandoned their relationships with their true supporters that could help them in child rearing and everything. And they look to men to replace women and take on the duties of women.
No, it's not true. Okay. That's bullshit. But that's the pimp splaining. Facts, men are social. I recently found a local sports bar and already became bar friends with a number of guys. Yes, men are very social. That's bullshit. Just not the way women think we are. She still doesn't get it. She's still a woman dressing up as a man. She needs to sit down with the brat and compare notes and commiserate together. The thing is, she needs to get in the man's group, okay, and find out how men really are. You know, she's not quite, she's not quite there, but she's young.
That's what they're doing. And so they're trying to put so much weight on men being caretakers, helpers in the house, making all this money, competing with other men. But it's messed up because women also inhibit male development by coddling males too much, stepping in.
See, there go that bullshit again. Okay.
And handling conflict for males to the point where they can't integrate socially. They can't be competitors. So the male is really hindered. Then when he gets into a relationship, he's not been able to juggle all of this stuff. And since the women are narcissistic and don't know anything about males, the woman is only caring about what's good for her, what she wants. He's not doing what she wants him to do, so he's failing.
Right. In other words, basically, and this is something that we talked about. Actually, this got to be over like 35 years ago. I was actually talking to two black psychologists about this bullshit about no roles in a marriage, right? No sex roles in a marriage, right? And I said, okay, you expect people to grow up, get married, and all of a sudden figure it out when they get grown. I said, it doesn't work that way. And they said, well, with learning and teaching, they'll figure it out. Okay, 35 years later, it's more fucked up than it has been. It's because you're not training people for their roles that have been developed over 100,000 years. It took 100,000 years to actually define roles for male and female, which is why your society's coming apart.
Right? Yeah. So this is where all the conflict comes in. And the men are not going to be the ones to change this. It's going to be the women to change it because the male can only do so much. He has a threshold. And this is the part that women don't understand, which is the reason why I started this educational process with learning men.
Well, do you also, because I can see the value of you actually mentoring the men about women. Do you happen to do that?
Yes, if they ask.
Got you. Okay.
Because we got to understand, men don't respect women. Let's just keep it a book, right? Men do not respect women. They don't respect the intelligence of women. And I understand to a degree because women are very, very delusional.
Yes.
And
yes.
They don't know
they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Anything.
Yeah.
You can take a woman with a PhD.
Yeah.
She can have a medical degree. She can have money in the bank. But this woman is totally ignorant when it comes to relation. Played. She will fall to her emotions and still not be able to see anything clearly.
Yep.
And knowing that women do not understand males.
Yep.
And what makes a male a male.
Yep.
She can't have any logical or rational feedback that can actually help a male on anything really in his life.
That's true.
So this is
Facts.
why men
Facts.
ultimately.
Some things she gets right. Some things she gets right. Okay. Teach a child the way they should go, and when they were young, they would not, and they're old, they shall not depart from it. Yes, that's very true. It's facts though, because I've seen it. Okay. Traditional women, I see the way the Latinas are with my son, okay, as opposed to his black wife, okay. That's why he sees the difference in Latinas in his mother and his sisters. Complete different, day and night, day and night. Okay, when the babies were small, when my grandsons were small, half the time they dumped the babies on him. Okay, the only person that would actually help him with the kids was the Latinas. You know, she's not perfect. Okay, she's not the prettiest thing. She's not perfect, but guess what? She digs in and she does what he needs her to do. Okay, she has his back and everything. Sometimes they fuss, but the thing is, that Latina chick got his back, okay, and supports him and does what she needs to do, like with the kids and all the other kind of stuff. She's there, okay. She thinks that's her duty. Whereas my black daughters, shit. Anyway, continuing.
Don't respect women because they know that women don't know anything about them.
Yep.
And then on top of that, because women make terrible decisions
Yes.
when it comes to
Yes.
sex
Yes.
and things like that,
Yes.
the men can't trust them there.
No,
right?
no.
It makes sense. And then on top of that, if a man wants to knock you down and just smash you, he ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say anyway. So there's 3 layers of why men.
Yes. Yes. Yes, black girl. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, black girl. KMS says Princella is having a road to Damascus moment. Yes, she is, man. She has fallen off her ass, okay? I said if she was a male in a male group, she would be on her knees for a few different. Okay, she would get pregnant again. Femme studs have a lower body count than most times. Yeah, most times. Yeah. Well, body count as far as males, yes. Yeah, they go through them females. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Yeah, I saw my 2 nephews from Colorado at Thanksgiving. They are both dating Latinas. Kevin says, God damn it, you cannot make this shit up, okay? Cannot make this up.
Men ain't listening to women. So I don't talk to men. I don't teach men nothing unless they genuinely want my help. Otherwise, I don't got nothing to say to them, really.
Right. I was gonna say this. I feel like some bag there to be made. I'll be honest with you. But I gotta ask you this, right? What do you see as the biggest misconception society has about women's ability to lead compared to men? Because we just had Kamala Harris, right? Trump, and we got a guy. You know, again, I'm just outside looking in. We got a guy that's a felon that openly racist or says racist thing, has started inciting a riot. Like, he's just clearly not the best candidate for the job. Mm-hmm. So how is it that, you know, you have
this drinking that Gynocracy Kool-Aid? There he is. Okay, watch your simping, homie. Watch your simping.
Black woman, quote unquote, say what you will, but she sounds more qualified. She's actually already the vice president. Like, you know, what is the misconception about this?
I don't really think there's a misconception when you look at the state of just women, right? Because you got to think about this. Women don't care about male issues.
They do not.
And men are cracking right now. They under.
Yeah, say it again, black girl. Dr. Johnson's been saying this since being on. Women do not give a shit about male issues. Okay, black women don't. They don't. Okay, guess what that white girl does? My son needs a job. My son needs an education. My son needs to be a freaking man and a provider. Okay, and if you can't help me to that goal, guess what I'm gonna boot you out of office. Okay, none of that black girl magic shit. Did she take the red suppository? No lube. Yes, she did. It was forced down her. Okay. She don't need a suppository. She got that.
A whole lot of pressure.
She got that red tampon.
And nobody's listening to people like Jordan Peterson, the women specifically. Now the men listening to them, but you got Jordan Peterson out here saying stuff. You got Scott Galloway out here saying things. And these are all men's issues where men are on the brink of, you know, just blowing up. And women they don't care. As a matter of fact, the women are doing things that are triggering these men to make things worse. And it's like nobody's.
Yes, black girl. Yes. Yes. Now you're getting it. One drunk man is smarter than 10 women with PhDs. Yes.
Hearing these males' issues. So men, as they see that women don't care about what's going on with them, and they steady pushing these philosophies, messing up the children, these different sexualities and all this, they see it as being illogical, which a lot of it is, right? And the women can't see clearly. The women can't even handle their own lives. They can't make good decisions for their own lives, let alone a country, okay?
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hit them with the toothpiece.
Then you have ratchet 304 type women endorsing.
Ooh, ooh.
That was a big mistake.
Ooh.
Why are you getting entertainers, these types of entertainers at that, right, to speak to the demographic? That tells you the mentality of the demographic that you're appealing to, which the average person sees as delusional, reckless, and the problem in society. Do you think they're going to vote for you? That is, you know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good
The thing is, Dominic, okay? Yes, it is, okay? Same reason if they were crashing out, we have to help fix them. Why? It's because they're part of society, okay? If you don't fix your other half, guess what's going to happen to the whole country, okay? Because if men have to fix themselves, you ain't going to like it. If men have to say, fuck this system, you're not going to like it. And they know that. The men have to say, fuck it, nobody's going to help me. I'm going to do me. You're not going to like it. So, yes, it is their problem because our problems is their problem.
Good point. And I even heard like a podcast where some black men felt that it was almost disgraceful. Like this is what you think of us. That This is what you have to go do to get the black vote versus just speaking to us like human beings.
Yes.
Because it is disrespectful, because at the end of the day, just check out all of the presidents that wanted to appeal to black folks. And what did they do? It was all entertainment. Why did they like Clinton? Because Clinton was smoking weed and playing the saxophone, and he was getting.
It might be a grift, okay? Man, this chick changed her tune. Her grift level is excellent.
Head in the office. Hot sauce in my bag swag. Dab on them. That's all you gotta do. And so now you get this woman, when we are in a new age and things are getting really bad, and you up against Donald Trump, a white man. Listen, you're gonna have to really show because at the end of
the thing is, whether it's a grift or not, man, we got to use this as ammo. Don't matter where she grifting, whether she lying, where she telling jokes, okay? This is ammunition. We got to use it. Don't worry about that, okay? If the gun is fake, you point it and pretend like it's real.
At the end of the day, a man is a man, and they will choose a man before they choose a woman, especially when you keep showing that you have no logic and no rationale behind what you're doing, because the things that the people are having a problem with, you're showing to be exacerbating them. You're showing that you're going to make this even worse. So now it's a lesser of two evils things. And they'll rather go with what they know as opposed to going with something that they see is going to take them down the path they already are complaining about. They don't want to go down.
That's deep. This whole election was strange. Do you think now that Trump is president, right? We just got to accept it. I don't know what side you land on. I'm not going to ask you that. But now that we're here, do you think anything will change, right, for you specifically? Because it does seem like he does have, you see him talk about the abortions. You see him talk about deporting. Like, he's just very straightforward and almost scary in the sense that if you're on the other side.
Well, see, for me, because I understand that, when it comes to government and politics, you got layers. The most influence you ever gonna have is on your local political level, right? So the grassroots is where all of the power and the change really happen. It's not so far away like that. So people concerned about this abortion thing. Okay, the part that I see the problem with is if you're not making exceptions for incest, rape, and all this, you're giving men a pass to do whatever they want to do with no.
Well, Northern California is about 500 miles away from where I am, so it's we didn't even know it happened. So we have to see if and plus it was like I think it was like 40, 50 miles off the shore. So I think they felt like a 5.2, which is not very much in California speak. So we have to see what about the tsunami, if there is a tsunami. Last time it happened here, we didn't get one.
No consequence. That's on one side of the equation. But then the other side of the equation, which is where I've been teaching, I'm teaching you the nature of men. And I done showed you what men are about. So the onus is on you to close your legs. But see, women have a problem where they want to be whores. I'm coming to see. I see why men think the way they think about women. Women want to be whores.
Oh, hit them with a two-piece.
They want to be sexually reckless.
Yes, they do. That's how come they love Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla and that kind of stuff. They love that, okay? Okay, it's not men that are driving to that. They want to. That's what they want to be. They want to be as sexually reckless as men are. They want to be that way.
They want to do this. Nobody has to beg them. Nobody has to force them.
Nope.
They're wanting to do this. Because they, and this is what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Women are out here saying that, oh, you need to trick on me, you need to take me, and you need to spend this money. And I'm coming to realize, wait a minute, hold on. Ma'am, you want to screw him more than he want to screw you.
Yep.
You can't wait to give up the box.
Yep.
You have a million reasons why you have sex. You jump from penis to penis just because you want to get revenge. Your way of getting revenge is to sleep with a man for free, another one.
Mm-hmm.
Your way of getting to try to prove that you're better than another woman is to sleep with a man, to have sex.
Yep.
Your language is sex.
Yep.
If you want to take a flight, you have sex.
Yeah.
If you want to get a promotion, you have sex.
Yep.
If you want to feel loved, you have sex.
Yep. Yep. She preaching. You got to give her credit. She preaching. If men have to fix themselves, if they begin to question the purpose of contributing to the country, that is a very destabilizing force in society. It's happening in China. That they have to figure this out. Okay. And when women only get scared when the environment starts to change.
You want attention, you have sex, but you want somebody to pay you for sex. No, the cost for sex is attention.
Yeah.
That's all you need is attention.
Facts. Preach, black girl, preach.
Penis. Because if you tell a woman to close her legs and stop having sex, she'll act like you're trying to kill her. So the question now becomes, is why do you want to get paid for sex when that's all you want to do? That's how you communicate, through sex. Because this abortion thing, outside of the stuff that I already done said, this abortion thing wouldn't really be messing with you if you didn't want to have sex.
True.
If sex didn't rule your life. So now they're upset because they can't do what they want to do and now be held accountable and responsible for their life. Because see, women get to evade consequence. Women get to throw stones and hide their hand and then point the finger at men for everything.
What did Obsidian say? They want to throw stones, throw that rock, and hide their hand, right? Like I ain't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Okay, I didn't do nothing. They'd hate to be shamed, and they always had to fall back on what class? The need to be right. In fact, Dr. Johnson just sent me a video about this chick saying the exact same thing. I understood everything that she said. Okay. In fact, I think I will do a video. I'm doing my standalones on my masters on my Black Pill Gnostic page. I think I'm trying to get that to 20,000. I have to do a black female fuckery video on that one, because he sent it to me. I understood everything that she said. Okay. You know, she's speaking female language. Everything that she said, I understood. Okay? And a lot of shit women do is not because of us, it's because they think that we're going to do the same thing to them that they do to us. That's their problem. Anyway, continuing. Got about maybe 5 more minutes before I have to bounce, okay? Please go to the man's channel and finish watching this. It's actually it's funny. It's entertaining, okay? If nothing, she's entertaining. She's mostly right on women, mostly wrong on men, but gets full credit for trying. The thing, she's not a man, so she doesn't get it. But she's trying, okay? She's starting to peep into what it's like to be a man. She's just cracking the lid open.
Women do not want to be held accountable. See, now this ain't never been me, because see, I'm ex-military. I'm ex-military. I've been on my own. practically all my life. So this accountability thing, this ain't never been no issue for me. I didn't realize it was really this big of an issue for women. But women do throw stones and hide their hands.
Yes, they do.
And they get to evade consequence by blaming it on men. And they get to.
Yes, she is. That's basically, once the monster gets out of control, guess what? Then he has to go to the village for help, right? The MGTOW movement said this 10 years ago. Yep, they did. They did. They were right. I told them they were right, but the thing is, they didn't believe. The problem with the MGTOW movement, they didn't really believe in themselves. I shit you not. They didn't believe in themselves. Because when I tried to push them to actually go out and preach the gospel, no, we can't do that. We're gonna get attacked. So what? Stop being scared. Stop being a coward. I said the same thing to Austin Hollerman about being a passport bro, right? Okay. Oh, I want to get rid of the passport bro because they're attacking me. Man, stop being afraid of these bitches, okay? Go live your truth. And he started doing that. He actually started to prosper, okay? Ain't nobody trust the bootleg Polly Murray. She can't. I understand Polly Murray, and Polly Murray was actually brilliant. Okay, but Polly Murray had a lot of help. But we'll get to that.
Get out of pregnancies. And it's so funny because women want to say that that birth control should be made for men. And I'm like, no, birth control was made for the right gender. Because see, that's your womb.
Yep.
You got the power to say no.
Yes.
But no,
yes, black
you
girl.
want to have sex
Yes.
as recklessly as you want to.
Yep.
And that's not even your nature as a woman. That's the thing. See, the nature of a male is sex.
Yes.
His whole existence, biologically,
Yes.
is to fight to get opportunities
Yep.
to pass his DNA across as many females as possible.
Yep.
That's his whole life goal on a biological level.
Yep.
The life goal of a female is not that. A female don't have to do all of that to get no sex, to pass her genes along. She don't have to. Her job is to pick quality. So she's supposed to be turning down most men, and she don't supposed to be open all season like that. But women want to be open all season like that. They want to be able to have as much sex as they want to and act on their desires. Mm-hmm. This is your desire. Your desire is to have sex. Your desire is to do this. So now that you want to do this and you invite a man to participate with you, it's now no longer your responsibility. You want to blame him for everything.
Yep.
But why do you desire what you desire? Right? See, the men will agree with that, but they won't agree with women actually closing their legs. See, they don't agree with the things that would lead the women to close their legs, which is the beginning of all of my teachings, to teach the truth about the male in order to get women to clank, clank.
But can we acknowledge if a man got up here and said the exact same thing you just said, they would label him misogynist?
Of course they would, because like I said before, women don't listen to men. Women think that men were created to serve them.
Yep.
So if you ain't serving them,
Yep.
they don't want to hear nothing you got to say, because at the end of the day, women think that this is we need to teach males to do this. Women want men to be women.
Ooh,
women
facts.
want society to transform a male into a female.
Yep.
Women hate women. Women hate each other. But they want to get a man and then make him embody all of the characteristics of a woman.
Right.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just confusing.
So it all makes sense. Trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, wanting your cake and eat it too. I think all of that had everything to do with women.
No.
Coming up with these things had everything to do with trying to figure out what a woman wants, because women want it all.
Yeah.
And that's how marketing has been directed to women, to give women the illusion that you can have it all. Mm-hmm. To even think that you can have it all, that is a sign of narcissism. It's a sign of greed. Women want the world to revolve around them.
Yeah.
Each and every last woman.
Yes.
Women want their own man. They don't want to share the men, even though that is the more logical way that things would actually work out. Women don't want to do that.
It's because it splits up the resources, okay? Splits up the resources. That's why. I know that's true, is because I'm not even gonna tell that story about my ex. I ain't gonna tell that story about my ex. That is a family thing. I'm gonna keep that one secret because I know what she's saying is 100% correct. You know, I can't tell you how. Okay, I think we underestimate how connected women's hypergamy, hyperandry is to men's polygamy. Can't have one without the other. A woman's nature is to give her offspring, the best chance in any environment, right? That's what the resources are for. That's what the genetics are for. That's what the um, all the other resources that a man can bring are for. It's to give that to her children. Okay, if you start understanding that, her her biological nature, even though all that other bullshit is swirling around it, okay, her biological nature says, I want to give the best of everything to my offspring. That's her job. If you understand that, you understand a woman at her base nature. If you never heard that and replace the term with women, that's wrong. Yeah, so that's like why I don't actually listen. Women actually don't know. That's how women ignore men's feelings and what they think for the most part, right? The thing is, she only intersects with that. Even my female friends, right? Female friends and family, right? They only intersect with that with the stuff that they need. All the other stuff that I talk about, they have no use for it. They'll toss that aside for things. Okay, I asked you this question because this is what I need. If you stay on that, that's all they're concerned about. Outside of that, they'll go on about their merry way. Anyhow, breed off of swag. Swag, okay. It depends on the environment. We live in an environment where swag stands out and is a marker for something. Okay. When I was coming up, when I was younger, swag wouldn't get you nowhere. Okay, swag will get you bottom of the barrel chick. Okay, swag, which is something that Reggie Jackson came up with in 1979. It's called a swagger, and then it kind of morphed into the NBA and into the NFL, and then the dope dealers got a hold to what we call swag. Swag, that kind of swag didn't really exist for the most part. Okay, women wanted somebody solid, a solid corporate guy that made some money. Okay, a little flash here and there that would work, but things for the most part, no. Okay, swag is something new. Okay, there's always been rich guys that had flash. Okay, um, but what we call swag nowadays, okay, because back then swag without resources didn't fly. Okay, now we have women having sex on swag and dude ain't got nothing else.
Because that's not the nature of a man to be stuck with one person. But the woman wants to stick that man to one person, which is her, which is to take men away from their own reality, make men go against their own nature and trap him with her.
Yeah,
Right.
And she don't care.
And society backs it up because those are the building blocks of society, right? Without conditioning men into doing and fulfilling that role, society doesn't get built. Which is the whole reason for monogamy, which is the whole reason for eliminate prostitution, which is the whole reason for families, right? And marriage. Okay, to trap a man into as a horse, as a mule, you trade him sex, you trade him family, trade him this kind of stuff in exchange for his labor in taking care of a family. Because without that, men don't need that shit. Okay, if men wouldn't trap, if you actually open up a bunch of brothels and a dude can go in a couple times a week or once a week, get his rocks off and go back and do what he want to do, we wouldn't be able to recruit guys, recruit young men. Okay, we have been taught that love is the ultimate goal for a man, and you can get a relationship with a woman without sex and for free. Okay, because she needs somebody to dump on. Let a woman friend zone you. You can go out with her, eat with her, stuff like that, and then, hey, you know what, baby? I got an appointment at 2 because I gotta go get me some pussy. I'll see you after my appointment. The only thing is, the chick that's your friend doesn't want you to go fuck nobody else. Okay, weird shit. Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here. We have to be socialized into it. Okay, it's not something that Swag used to actually be based on something in real. You had to be Sidney Poitier, Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown to have swag, not some fake ass wannabe mumble rapper. Yep, exactly. You had to have accomplishments. My mic is low. You had to have accomplishments to go along with that. Swag is, swag swag used to be based on something. Now they take the uniform instead of the reality, but because they don't really need it. Uh, the shit has already hit the fan. We just haven't felt the fallout yet. Anyhow, y'all, let me get out of here. I gotta go do some homework. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow, man. I need a day off. I don't know why my mic volume is low. Hold on, let me check it out. No, it says my mic volume is up there. I don't know why it's low. Anyhow, y'all, let me peace out. Let me get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. All right.